Let me see here. Where last we left our heroes, the Crimson Bones, you all did some shopping around town. The party splitting into two groups, the party split. One interacting with North Greenleaf, the local carpenter, and acquiring a construction order of material for a wooden stage, presumably to be placed within Redface Jack's. And the other group of the Crimson Bones making their way to Gomja's and the local general store, getting the tip-off that the Inquisition is investigating Redface Jack's. And both parties are seemingly on their way back there now. En route, Skeezewell Binbag met a familiar face by the name of Silver Gills, who told him to rendezvous at Redface Jack's later, with as much of company from Refugees Rest as possible. And Mandion Gelden and Ulzgud Bone-Breaker met up with the eccentric Lokir Bitterroot on their way back to Redface Jack's, which granted Ulzgud Bone-Breaker another sweet gift in the form of a small bone dog. And with that, with Skeezewell Binbag and Bungus moving with this carpenter's apprentice and your newfound Struthiomimus companion through the streets of Garza. We also have Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, Mandion Gelden, and Lokir Bitterroot, who are racing their way through the streets of Garza. Move there at this time. And we have we have the Bungus Binbag team skirting around the border of the 6 points at this time. And the energetic Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, Mandion Gelden team racing with Lokir Bitterroot southward along the district of the guilds. A few hours shy of noon, this is where we rejoin you fine gentlemen. The weather kind and calm, the blue shimmering white rays of the mighty Dram ward shine upon the city. I guess we will turn the lens to Ulzgud Bone-Breaker and Mandion Gelden racing with Lokir Bitterroot. Is there anything you gentlemen desire to do?
I'm racing.
Well, Mandion Gelden, give me an athletics check to race, because it seems like you and Lokir Bitterroot are neck and neck, as of course. Ooh, you definitely eventually surpass Lokir Bitterroot, and begin to catch up on the heel of Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, presumably in the lead, as I can only assume.
And a lightning lure Ulzgud Bone-Breaker.
if you dare,
Lightning lure Ulzgud Bone-Breaker will win.
I dare you.
How dare I? Is that what you asked? Just like this.
You try to reach out for the quick Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, but he's too swift, and he turns a corner. Well, actually, I should say, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker and company. I mean, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you're the one. You're the one in the lead right now. Where are you taking Mandion Gelden and Lokir Bitterroot on this race back to Redface Jack's? The route is yours to choose.
Going straight to Redface Jack's.
Damn, straight through the 6 points, you mean?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just going straight.
You're going on what you believe to be the most direct path, and you pass right through the border of the 6 points. Very exciting. And continue pressing your way down the main roadway. Seemingly by yourself, perhaps. Skeezewell, Binbag, and Bungus, what are you guys up to?
Alright, we decided to go around the 6 points because of the bird driver. I'm pretty sure we were trying to convince this bird to join our show, so I may have to buy the bird at some point.
It is a Struthiomimus.
Right, the Struthiomimus, sorry. For some reason I just imagined Big Bird. So I guess we were just continuing to Red-Face Jacks.
Very well.
Schmoozing this Struthiomimus. Oh, you say the bird belongs to the company. Sorry, the Struthio-mime, whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
But, what kind of cost for a beast like that?
Oh, well, I think you might be able to find a similar beast of burden yourself over in the, market district, perhaps, for, I don't know, maybe somewhere around like 300 gold. Get a nice trained one. They're pretty good.
Yeah. But I've built rapport with this one.
Well, I don't know if that's true. It's only been like 20 minutes.
Is Bungus still making Struthiomimus noises, or did that end?
Bungus is talking with the Struthiomimus, yes. Seemingly. Still.
Alright, Skeezewell's gonna let it rest. And continue marching down. Skeezewell's still hawking freaks and weirdos. He is looking for potential circus goers and joiners.
It doesn't seem like you get very many takers. Skeezewell, Binbag. Give me a persuasion check with advantage, thanks to the help of Bungus. Pretty good. Pretty good. You think the presentation, all things considered, is solid. And you're honestly quite surprised that not more people are, well, just racing right up to you and asking for a golden opportunity. You get some looks, some scowls, but the handful of people you come across seem to, you know, have no interest in your proposition, as it were. And you eventually turn around, Skeezewell, Binbag, and start to corner this like 2-story wooden, almost like saloon-esque establishment.
Freaks, weirdos, oddities of all kinds, paid in gold.
You see some drunkards look up from the porch of this saloon-esque, what you can imagine to be like a bar tavern-esque structure, establishment. But other than a few spits and so on, it doesn't seem like anyone's very eager, Skeezewell, Binbag, to make your acquaintance. Indeed, perhaps quite the opposite. It seems like, you know, if anything, you get some foul looks from the less fortunate around here who think perhaps maybe you're playing some type of game. hard to say. Regardless.
Come on, come all to the greatest show on earth at Red-Face Jacks. You gentlemen look like you could use a show.
You know, you see like this just disheveled, you know, like drunkard kind of where I show, you say, show's always good, hey lads. And a few of the drunkards like, oh yeah, you know, they'll like repeat after each other in unison down like the drunkard line of loitering.
Yeah, remind me to come back here, Bungus, after nightfall.
After nightfall? Okay, says Bungus.
Skeezewell's still calling out to the streets as they go along their way.
Oh jeez. You know, the Struthiomimus handler ushers you all toward the main roadway at this time. As Mandion, Gelden, and Lokir Bitterroot, you gentlemen, you most certainly have. You notice that now you're rather than the hard clunking upon the cold stone again, you know, with your metal armor that you're used to. It is, you know, every now and then it is a wet, like splashing consistency. And you find it here, even on this main roadway, a straightaway. The buildings in some portions seem like they're, you know, tilting in such a way that they would, you know, fall onto you. You get a very oppressive, looming feeling as you are continuing to race, and you can't help but notice that, you know, it's like there's a large shadow just cast over all of the 6 points. It seems here, you know, it's very just the quality of the area around you. You can't help but notice, man, Gelden, it's deteriorated rapidly some time ago. And Wookiee Breeder's like, oh, disturbing, disgusting, Hey, watch where I step around here. And Wookiee Breeder, you know, his legs move quite rapidly as you gentlemen continue to race in the 6 points. Give me another round of athletics checks, gentlemen. You guys are starting to slow down. Can't help it, you know, it's a little slippery. You're slipping on, like, who knows what fluid here in this dark slum of a district in this city. You hear the just ambient, like, coughing and cries throughout almost every, you know, nook and cranny of this fucking place. A few of the alleyways you pass by while you're racing, kind of teetering down almost for your own safety. Naturally, can't help but notice, like, a few, you know, people that aren't moving. You're not sure if they're sleeping or dead or what have you. You know, it's definitely a much more somber, dreadful area of the city. But you gentlemen push past. And press on. Racing ever yonder. Let's get one more round of athletic checks to determine who's coming out here in this sprint for the finish. Eventually, you gentlemen leave the cold, dark atmosphere of the 6 points behind, and eventually are meted back with the more beige-colored snickle ways of Garza. Mandion, Gelden, unfortunately, you feel yourself keeping good pace with the mighty Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, who you can't help but notice, you know, has very light footfalls for such a large individual, especially in comparison to your own. But he eventually, his lighter steps finds its rhythm and overtakes you in his, you suspect perhaps just longer strides.
Shit.
You're like, oh shit, you know, fucking, well, second place won't be so bad. And then here comes Lokir Bitterroot, like holding up the skirt of his robes, and racing, and he barely overtakes you, Mandion, Gelden, as you gentlemen arrive along the side entrance of Red-Faced Jack's, the stairwell leading up to the second floor area.
Ooh.
And you are left, especially you, Mandion, Gelden. Give me a Constitution saving throw. Why not, Mandion, Gelden? You rat.
I will.
You little devil dog. Not so bad. You're huffing and puffing. Been a little while since you ran at full speed like that. It's been at least a few days. And in this terrain, it's quite a bit different, but you're no worse for wear. You know, you're no worse for wear. You can keep up with the big boys.
Hell yeah. Sue won't slow me down. I'll put afterburners in this thing eventually.
Whew. Ah. I'd expect nothing less. Ooh, from my apprentice. Well, Loki Bitter kind of like reaches into his toga and puts back on his floppy mushroom hat. And you, Mandion Gelden. Not bad. Not bad for all that weight you put on yourself.
Oh, a little metal can't slow me down.
Indeed. And then you see like Loki Bitter like immediately distracted. He starts sniffing the air and he seems quite wide-eyed and alert. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker.
Too.
Yeah. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you begin to sniff. Give me a perception check to sniff. You can't help but notice the snout of Fracture. Your pet bone dog poke its nose out of its blanket and begin to sniff as well.
Can I look at my tainted silver locket?
You may. It's very, very, very easy to do so. You glance down and see nothing. The silver locket is not activated at this time.
Very good.
For whatever it's worth. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Hard to say. You don't catch any scent that is familiar or strong or pungent or particular to you. You know, it's just the dense atmosphere of the stink of the city. Especially racing through the 6 points, you can definitely tell you and your comrades are still riddled in a little filth. And if anything, you probably detect that the most. Unfortunately. But there's nothing that would, unless it's that, it's hard to say. And we'll keep it continues. Hurry, boys, into the alleyway. Hurry, come. It's unsafe here. And Loki Bitter like swells over yonder into this alley just beside Red-Faced Jack's, to whatever that is, the northwest there. Hurry! and Loki Bitter beckons you all over.
I'll follow.
Give me a stealth check, Mandion Gelden. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, I don't even need a stealth check from you. You're a sneaky one. Mandion Gelden, not so much.
6.
you wade and like get up against the wall and start and all is well. And then you hear Mandion and Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, like all of you. You see like Loki Bitter kind of like props and like creeps himself up and kind of like looks at you all with like his crazy big eyes that are prominent in this dark space. And he puts like his finger up to his lips as you guys hear the like marching like footfalls of like armored feet as they come over yonder. You can and you kind of like slink down behind some barrels and boxes in this alleyway and find a nice little place for yourself where you feel secure. Man, you're up against the wall, and then you like start to slide down a little bit and start making this terrible like scraping sound. And Loki Bitter like just quickly like lubricates you with like some of his like slime very quickly to try to muffle your madness. And he like gently like settles you down to the ground and holds you still as the you see walking past two white-robed individuals. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you probably get the best look at them. People you've seen before. White-robed, golden cloaks, hands ready upon their hilts. And you can see one of them's doing that. There's two of these guys. One of them has like his hand on his sword, and it looks like he's kind of like, you know, looking around, and he kind of goes past, but you see this other one comes over to like the mouth of the alleyway, and he has this thing on his forearm, looks like a van brace of some kind, and you can see him like just like you're turning it. Mandion, Gelden, you can hear it, and probably a pretty poignant noise for you. You know, it's the sound of some kind of, you know, like wind up like mechanism. And he kind of glances around, and then continues moving with his comrade, headed in the direction behind Red-Faced Jacks from whence you all came. and eventually the sounds of their footfalls, you know, fade. And Wilkie Bitter is like, oh shit, that doesn't seem very friendly at all.
Who do they think they're after? Loki.
Perhaps me.
Us, right?
Well, perhaps. Well, hard to say. Hard to say. I must say, getting Barrick Dondarian's body out of here was a little bit harder than I anticipated. Very well. I suppose it's up to me to distract them. Well, you boys do whatever it is you have to do. Unless there's any other ideas. and when Loki Bitter is kind of, you know, glances around at you all.
Well, maybe.
So, basically, Inquisition's looking for us, and we're trying to get into the tavern right now.
Essentially, yeah.
It's kind of what Loki Bitter is asking.
Essentially, yeah.
Go ahead, sneak in there, Master. I'll walk out. I haven't had any interactions with the Inquisition yet. I'll go distract them.
Well, it could work. It could work. But you know me. I am a distraction specialist. No one gets attention better.
If you want to not get in there, that's okay.
Truth be told, I have no business in there anyhow. Red-Faced Jack isn't a big fan of me or my slime.
That's true. Well then, do something fancy.
Very well. I will do what I can. And Woki Biru can't tell if he's covered in filth and just making disgusting moist noises, or it's just his low-key bitter slime as usual. But you watch as he kind of like clears his throat and very oddly like takes this kind of like gentlemanly stride, very quite animatedly, and starts making his way toward the front of Red-Faced Jacks. And it's up to you, gentlemen, if you want to pry upon what he's up to, or try to slink up into the second floor stairway access here.
I'll slink.
Or do something else.
Flanking.
All right. I guess I'll ask for stealth checks. One here from you, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, and Mandion Gelden. It's about what I had in mind for Ulzgud Bone-Breaker.
Brutal.
I hate to see that. Getting a feel for it, but it's not the best. You can't help but clack your heavy metallic greaves on this metal stonework. It's almost impossible for you to walk lightly enough for you to not make some noise. and this trepidation almost, makes you slower as well, which just further leads to the window in which you can be spotted. Overall, it's a hard situation for poor Mandion Gelden. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, however, you crouch, slink along, check both sides, see not much, get up against Red-Faced Jacks and deftly, like, crouching, like, make your way up the stairs incredibly. The keys to your rooms unlock the back door up here as well, so you gentlemen all have access to this interior. And Mandion and Gelden, before too long, as you are creaking your way up the stairs, you are also eventually in red-faced Jack's. As Ulzgud Bone-Breaker closes the door behind you guys, and you're both within. Both within red-faced Jack's.
I stand by the door listening for any commotion.
Ooh, nice. All right, give me a perception check. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker and Mandion and Gelden, you both hear not much. You hear what seems like voices maybe just outside the front door. You kind of like look over down like from like this loft in which you are all on, and you can see like through the railing down there beyond in the first floor, the large frame of red-faced Jack as he's kind of like blocking the front doorway, from presumably you know who on the other side. And you can hear
myself pretty well hidden from the you know who outside.
Sure. Is there anything else you boys are up to in particular? Before we
kicks it at the bar.
What's that?
Ulzgud goes to kick it at the bar.
All right, nice.
All
Playing it casual. Very good.
Mandion is going to go get out of his suit in his room and then go down to the bar.
Oh,
to change his appearance.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Duly noted, gentlemen. You head your way down, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, and position yourself on the bar where you can kind of, out of the corner of your eye, look through one of the outside windows from where you believe perhaps Loki or Bitterroot may appear in hopes to see him. Mandion Gelden, it will be a few minutes before, well, however long, a minute or two, whatever it is, I've forgotten to disembark from your suit, and you will be down. So you'll really you're down there as well. Before too long, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, Mandion Gelden joins you. Kind of just as you can hear the
now, I'm only letting paying customers in here, and you ain't harassing none of my patrons, god damn it. It's my place of business. If I don't want your help, I don't need it.
you can hear red-faced Jack giving presumably the Inquisitors a what for at the doorway. And then you can only hear kind of like the muffled, like lower tones of whatever like cold responses are being uttered back to red-faced Jack. And whatever it is just makes red-faced Jack more animated, more irate. He's only continuing to seemingly get angrier and angrier as Mandion heads to the bar. And you get a good look at Mandion Gelden without his suit on. Something that, you really don't get to do all too often.
Oh god, don't look at me. I sit at the dark end of the bar.
Ooh, okay. All right. We'll say that's the same end as Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, perhaps.
Nice.
Or you know what? I guess it kind of makes like an L, so you'll be like at like the very far like end of the L. Like all the way touching like the rear wall. And you nestle yourself in with Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, going for the nonchalant play. Gnarly. At this time, good half hour or so passing. Skeezewell Binbag, you, through the traffic, are about to turn the corner to red-faced Jack's at this time, with Bungus.
Skeezewell.
At about roughly the same time that Mandion is just coming to sit at the bar, I suppose. Here you are at the corner of the jail ward in Red-Faced Jacks.
Well, frankly, Skeezewell's in a hurry, and he's going to bombastically enter and start ordering around the Struthio Mimus team to put the materials where he wants them.
Very well, very well. So be it, Skeezewell Binbag. You press on up, and Bungus is like, "Oh man, I can't wait to get back to the bar." And then he looks over, his sentence stopping short as you look over, and there's like 4 of those nasty white garbed anti-magic authority figures, kind of crowd making like a semicircle around the large, bulbous mass that is Red-Faced Jack, who is body blocking the door, and they don't look pleased. And then you kind of like, and then I'm not. What is your reaction, Skeezewell Binbag?
What is the meaning of this?
Skeezewell Binbag, you say, and why? It's audible enough, Skeezewell Binbag, for you to get the attention of a few of these doormen, and they turn their cloaked hoods, to face you, and 2 of them start making their way over, and you notice, Skeezewell Binbag, that beyond Red-Faced Jacks, coming from the other corner side of it, looks like there's another good 3 of them that are also quite curious what's going on and are making their way over as well. You're like, okay, and you start getting a mental mantra prepared, Skeezewell Binbag, because it seems like a confrontation here is imminent, and you're moving to meet it head on. And then, just as you think it's about to perhaps go haywire, or go any which way, perhaps, out of the left-hand corner of your eye, you spot Lokir Bitterroot, his mushroom hat flopping, as he gallivants and steps his way out past the porch. And then, and at the same time, as you were about to continue your rhetoric, you are taken aback as Lokir Bitterroot draws a dagger from within his toga. He's like, "Yeah, that's it! Everyone stay back!" And Lokir Bitterroot starts wielding this dagger out in the air. you see the other, the Inquisition members over yonder, like these white cloaked people, all stop on a beat and go to draw their weapons. Or he's got a knife. What are you doing, Skeezewell Binbag?
Give me a second to think about that, because my first idea, not good. All right, what is Skeezewell doing for the distraction?
What do you think? I mean, it seems like Lokir Bitterroot is also participating in this affair, and now you're really uncertain of what the outcome may be. What are you thinking, Skeezewell Binbag? I'm curious.
The calculus is swimming in Skeezewell's foreground.
You can see a lot of the people
like crazed man with a knife. Come on, we need help out here. Everyone out. I mean, come look at this.
Skeezewell's gonna make the biggest stink possible.
Sure. Okay. Nice.
He's going to attempt to get all the guards to come out.
Ooh, okay. Nice. And perhaps it's good you do.
Come on, my circus is in danger. What are you protecting me from?
You see, like, Lokir Bitterroot's just shaking. Lokir Bitterroot's just shaking, like going like crazy. It's like pointing the knife every which way. The Inquisition are getting closer, and it seems like they've forgotten about you, Skeezewell Binbag, and they're now focused on Lokir Bitterroot. And they're about 10, 15, 20 feet away or so from him. Kind of like, about to form like a semicircle around Lokir Bitterroot, it seems to you. And another 2 of these white cloaked individuals come from near the corner of the jail ward from across the street. Like, just as you were perhaps thinking about taking action of your own when they're all not focused on you. You're like, oh fuck, here comes two more, from attracted perhaps from the sound of your shouting. But with that, in a few more seconds passing, you feel like you're relatively confident the majority of them are, heading over in that direction.
All right, come on, Bungus, let's grab the stage.
Nice. I'll follow your back. Let's go. and Bungus will do whatever you want. You see, like,
Skeezewell's gonna try and get the cart in the door. Is it gonna fit?
Ooh, oh shit.
Skeezewell wants to lead the Struthiomimus in. He doesn't want to carry any of that stuff.
Sure. Okay. Well, I mean, hey, first things first. We'll just get the Struthiomimus and the cart near the front door, I suppose. So you usher you usher along. You take the reins yourself, Skeezewell Binbag, of the Struthiomimus, because it seems like the carpenter's apprentice is quite nervous of this confrontation, and he seems like he's like cowering at this time. So I take the Struthiomimus
and I take the Struthiomimus.
You grab the leash for yourself, and you and Bungus are Bungus reassuring the Struthiomimus to help. Guarantee its cooperation, and you leading it. It's a surefire thing. You guys start moving. You can't help but look, Skeezewell Binbag, over at Wilkir Bitterroot. It's like, that's it. Why, yeah! And when you watch, it's like Wilkir Bitterroot brings the dagger up and stabs himself in the chest, like full on with the dagger, and then you see like 2 or 3 of like the white cloaks, like whoa, they're shook. They're shook with this. They didn't see that shit fucking coming. And Wilkir Bitterroot's like, he's just fucking. He starts like gouging himself like to death with this dagger, like stabbing himself like repeatedly, and you're like, holy fucking shit! As you and Bungus are like sheepishly just like circumventing around the whole thing, and Wilkir Bitterroot is like bleeding fucking everywhere, and like half of these guards now are like, oh shit, and are like retreating from Wilkir Bitterroot, and this is like, oh by the gods, and, like half of them are like. Like sick. They're fucking. They're losing it. Now at this time, and you watch like just like Wilkir Bitterroot like collapse into like a pile of like blood. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker
turns to Bungus and says,
"If that wasn't magic, we just lost our best freak."
Oh man, maybe this day isn't so good after all. Bungus retorts, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you can't help but, catch a brief glimpse of the display partially from beyond. You hear the muffled screams and cries of guardsmen from just beyond. And Red-Faced Jack fucking just like visibly shaken in the doorway by something occurring out there. Something's definitely fucking occurred. And just then, Skeezewell, Binbag, and Bungus, you guys make your way around the front door. As you hear like some type of magical casting or effect. He's like, damn it, you fools! He's gotten away! And then you see a good portion of the Inquisition start darting off in a few different directions. However, Skeezewell Binbag, there are 1 or 2 remaining at this doorway that seem to have not been moved from their position and have been keeping a very close eye on Red-Faced Jack. And now one of them turns to face you. It seems like a pretty slender-faced, dark goateed, individual. Quite tall, probably a good 6.5 feet, and he makes his way down the front steps of the porch of Red-Faced Jack's to inquire about this. Doing a little construction, are we? Says this Inquisition member.
It's no business of the Inquisition. Would you hold us up?
Quite the contrary. Everything's our business in this city.
Then it's as I feared. Well, take a look. It's all normal construction material.
You can see this individual, it's kind of like, glancing over, glancing about. I see. And he kind of like looks up at you, Skeezewell Binbag, seemingly not interested in the materials in which you are transporting via Struthiomimus. He seems to be quite interested in you, indeed. And he looks at you, Skeezewell Binbag, quite intently. Show me your hands.
Fireball.
Skeezewell washes his hands before taking them out, using his classic cleaning magic.
You dare! You dare! Give me a... Give me a sleight of hand check, Skeezewell Binbag. You can see perhaps maybe there's a bit of recognition in this man's eyes. Perhaps maybe you think he's on to you for a second. Regardless, it doesn't seem like he reacts or says anything, and you withdraw your hands to his you bring your hands to his sight. Clean. He grabs your hand, starts looking at it, inspecting it in a sort of way. Very well. We'll have my eye on you, sir. I'm Chief Inspector Metamarco. You will not see the last of me. I can promise you this. Enjoy your time in the city.
Chief Inspector, pray not. In fact, it was great to make your acquaintance. I'm Skeezewell Binbag.
Skeezewell Binbag. Well met, I suppose. Do try to keep your nose clean in this city.
Oh, always clean, Captain, always clean. Yes, the terrible magics are abounding in this city. Terrible indeed. You do the work of the divines.
He's turned away from you now already at this time and starts, making his way up the stairs towards his compatriot and red-faced Jack. And when you say, horrific magics abound, he kind of stops for a second and turns. If only there was more I could do. Stay safe. And he turns his back to you once again, Skeezewell Binbag. And he and his compatriot, seem like they're trying to muscle in on Red-Faced Jack pretty good. Come on, Redface. We know something happening here. Come on, Jackie boy. Tell us what we need to know.
I'm telling you, Jack shit. None of y'all damn business. Now get going now. Get going now. Get.
You can see, a few Inquisition members, shake their head. We'll be back, Red-Faced Jack. We'll be back. And they leave. They part. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker and Mandion Gelden, you watch as two of these white-robed, golden-cloaked figures make their way across, the windows of the porch outside and are seemingly leaving. Just as Skeezewell Binbag and Bungus enter, carrying handfuls of various wood supplies, it seems.
Or we're being chased by the Inquisition. You guys are going out getting wood?
Huh? I didn't know you guys were wanted by them. Bungus says as he's waddling in with this wood.
Oh, don't worry. Yes, when we've made bread with our own bare hands, through grit and determination, just remember who wasn't there to harvest the field and grind the mill and...
I can imagine you Out in a field doing manual labor.
All right, Bungus, yeah, we're gonna want those right over here.
Skeezewell's already in construction management mode.
Alrighty. And you and Bungus go about moving this. Redface Jack's like, hey, what is all this? What is all this stuff you're bringing in here?
Oh, it's for a show, Jack. Don't worry, it's all for a show. We're trying to bring business back, don't you see?
A show?
Give me a persuasion check, Skeezewell Binbag, with advantage. Because Bungus is like, yeah, show. Come on, it'll be a good show, I promise. Better be a good show. Skeezewell Binbag. Redface Jack's like,
Well, a good show needs a good stage, I guess. So, whatever.
That's right, Jack.
Skeezewell slides up to the bar.
And the greatest show on earth, our show, needs the greatest bar on earth. And that's this bar. Don't you see, Jack?
Well, now that's true. I will say that's true.
They'll come from
Boys.
miles around.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna have any business if the Inquisition comes back and shuts my shit down, boys. This ain't good.
and Redface Jack comes over and, like, plants his hands on the dining, on one of the various dining room tables. The whole, huge table, bends and tilts in the direction of Redface Jack.
They know something about Dram's evil was in here this morning. I don't want him in my place of business.
They couldn't know any more about Dram the Dark than we do.
Well, I don't know if that's true or not. Those Inquisition boys know more than they let on, that's for sure. I don't know what I'm gonna do. They'll be back later.
We won't let them bother you, Jack. Don't worry.
Well, you can't fight them. There's too many of them. And all you'll do is get you into trouble with the law. It's not right. We gotta find a way to convince them there ain't nothing going on here. But if they take one look at all this low-key magic, who knows what they'll do?
Well, that wouldn't make them very popular. It'd be shutting down Redface Jacks and getting rid of the Crimson Bones. They'd have to turn the whole town against them.
They're crazy enough to do it. That Captain Nightwood, he does what he wants. Damn him. If Geronimus was here, he'd never do it.
Well, what do you recommend we do then?
I don't know.
You see Redface Jack, yeah. Seems Redface Jack's pretty frustrated about the whole thing.
Calm down, Redface Jack. Everything will be just fine.
But
Fucking
Jack,
Redface.
where did the Inquisition operate out of?
well, I'm pretty sure they got barracks in the jail ward across the road, along with the rest of the guards.
Okay.
But I've also heard, that they're around the noble house all the time. Rumor has it, the Inquisition's the ones that keep the Dram ward operating.
Very interesting.
But I don't know it for sure.
He heads over to the bar, starts pouring some drinks. He's like,
I need a drink, damn it. Round on the house, boys.
For me too, Jack.
Redface
wave
Jack.
my hand from the end of the bar.
Redface Jack pours many drinks for all. Many drinks for all.
On the house, boys, that's it. It's gonna be the last drinks we get out of this Boyer bar here.
Poor Redface Jack.
Them no good dogs.
Hey, Jack. You think the Inquisition would leave you alone if there's an attack on their headquarters, perhaps?
Oh, boy, you'd be crazy to go ahead and do something like that now. Hot dog.
I have
I
a
think
plan.
that's is gold.
Goodness.
Go over to Skeezewell. I need to have a chat with Skeezewell.
Damn, sick. Sick.
Skeezewell, can you cast invisibility on me? And how long do you think it will last?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Eerie.
Sorry, I'm back.
Well, let me see.
Yeah. Skeezewell attempts to cast invisibility. However, he has no spell slots available.
Damn. Damn. Damn.
Sorry, Ulzgud. I'm all out of juice after that big altercation this morning.
Well, that's all right. Perhaps
Skeezewell
we can
blurts
get
out.
this plan in motion in the morning after you have a little rest. But if you were to cast on me, how long would it last?
Sorry. Let me take a look. It lasts 1 minute. Up to 1 minute.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because you can like attack and remain invisible and shit.
Oh, you have a different invisibility. Okay.
Yes.
Damn, that's greater invisibility, right? Is that true?
This is correct. Yes, greater.
Nice. Nice. All right.
Ah,
Swag.
how fancy.
All right. Well, Ulzgud's gonna look over his scrolls, particularly his invisibility one. Let's see if that
Nice.
one's a little different.
Ooh, sick. Yeah. Let me double check. Plain Jane invisibility. I imagine it'd be no different than that. Concentration up to 1 hour. So pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay.
Though the spell does end for a target that attacks or casts a spell. So that is
Okay.
important. Other than that, it will seemingly last for an hour. It's good shit. It's good shit. You'll be able to interpret that from your from your disciplined spell, your spell scroll learned self.
Well, I will convey my plan to the team. In the morning, I would like to go close to their headquarters. I will strike their headquarters with my tonal blade, and I will invis walk away.
Shit.
They will think they're being attacked, and they'll probably investigate that. So poor old Jack here.
It's brilliant. Mandion almost leaps out of his stool when he hears the plan.
Oh, hey, that's a pretty good plan, Bungus says as he gets back to like hammering like this stage together. Oh, jeez, this is gonna be a lot of work. In the meantime, with Ulzgud Bone-Breaker's plan to bomb the Inquisition in the morning, laid out for all to hear. Is there anything else you guys are getting into while it's seemingly stage construction time? It'll take a few more minutes, Skeezewell Binbag, you imagine, to get all the materials in here, let alone begin the stage construction proper. It'll probably be like an hour at least for stage construction, depending on how many people pitch in.
I will go for a walk and scout out the Inquisition.
Damn.
headquarters.
Very good. Very good. So be
Mandion
it.
will have another drink and try to forget about sabotaging the city's secret police.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So that leaves Bungus and Skeezewell Binbag, and I assume you two will be on stage construction.
Working on the stage is all we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Ulzgud demands his beetle back from Skeezewell before leaving.
Oh, the demand.
Well, Skeezewell Binbag.
Hold on. He stepped out. He'll be right back.
Oh, well, all right. Nice, all right. I respect that. We'll wait. Anything else going downtown? I guess that's it. We'll wait for the beetle handoff. You never know. Skeezewell Binbag may have a fervent want to keep the fucking perhaps valuable
Sending stone. You never know.
That bastard.
I want both.
I don't know. Should we take the break? Is that what we should do?
Certainly can.
How does that sound to everyone?
We certainly can.
Meet back at
6.
okay. Where we last took our break, the Crimson Bones were just settling down, and we were about to prepare a stage creation montage. Mandion and Gelden is hanging out around the bar, and Ulzgud Bone-Breaker is out on a scouting mission, checking out the jail ward. Fire as fuck. Well, let's do it. That'll work. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you push your way out the front of red-faced Jax, greeted by the fine weather and the fine people moving to and fro. Seems like the disturbance that was happening here a little ways, ago has subsided now, and traffic is continuing throughout this main roadway. You look over and see a horrific blood stain in the ground. It looks like someone got gouged up big time out here and bled a shit ton. Like a shit ton. This dark big old patch of blood, and you're like, oof, damn, shit. And you take note of that. Other than that, though, it seems like a normal Garza day. What do you think, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker? Is there a particular method of attack you're going for here? What do you think?
I'm just nonchalantly taking a stroll. I'm going in to the jail ward, just looking to see where I see the most of those Inquisitioners.
The first, it's been a little while, so I will of course remind you. The jail ward, the district, is bordered by a pretty nasty looking perimeter gate, fence rather. Goes at least a good 8 feet or so tall, and it has these really mean looking spiky bits up at the top. Mostly vertical, bars with very little in the ways of hand holding, it seems to you. Every now and then there's a nice, support brake made out of stone that you could perhaps support yourself up and hoist yourself over. But it would be a perilous thing to do under duress. You can't help but think, as you get over to, along this portion of the road and start shuffling along with the road traffic, getting a good look. There's these very long, large structures that are tucked over in the corner that you're kind of chilling around by now. About 2-story, heavy duty buildings, it looks like to you. Whatever windows you can find are barred and pretty nasty looking, and it's a pretty hefty composite brickwork. And there's not much, unfortunately, as far as profiles or identifying marks on this side of that building. So you kind of like swell into this little in-between spot here where you can kind of make out the front of these buildings. Same deal, unfortunately. You see the heraldry of the town of Garza, the city of Garza. That blue with those 3 golden rings in it. That seems to adorn every, the top and sides of every doorway, exterior doorway you can make out here. And you kind of like, keep an eye out for what you can see as far as foot traffic is concerned. At a glance, it just seems to be that, no one happens in or out of, these barracks buildings at this time. As a matter of fact, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, as you're continuing to just swell along, you probably spent like a good, minute or two swelling. You don't see very many guardsmen at all, as a matter of fact. You see a handful kind of like walking across the yard, and there's a good handful at the southern gate as you kind of make a bit of a U-turn here, and start making your way back. Finding 2 more, one large, one small, just gnarly looking ass buildings, but unfortunately, don't seem like they're very inviting at all. All the entrances seem like they're, facing inward toward the central yard area, of which you can see, it seems like there's a gallows present there, and a few training dummies and what have you. But no, as far as you can tell, these buildings don't seem like they're it. Very, very hard to make out much of anything identifiable. Being stuck on the perimeter, unfortunately. You do take note of the gate, which is nestled just in between these buildings here. Seems like the primary perimeter fence gate is manned by 2 men-at-arms, it seems to you.
Okay.
Plain Janers. And I assume you'll be shuffling your way around and will want to take this bend and check out the other portion.
Yeah, I mean...
It's up to you, though.
I might get a better view on the buildings if I were to go in? Like, could I maybe go through that gate that I saw?
Maybe. I mean, there are 2 guards there, at it actively. You didn't notice if it had a locking mechanism or not. You assume not, because there's people there actively guarding it. It's hard to say. It didn't look like the easiest thing to get into, because it's a large gate. It's like a big boy. Swinging that shit open and close would be perhaps a little loud and perhaps a little difficult to not see. Right? It's pretty gnarly.
Okay.
You imagine perhaps maybe there's a secondary gate somewhere in this perimeter somewhere, some alternative way of getting in and out of here.
Yeah, let's go case it out.
Fuck yeah. All right. You start swelling along. Now in this portion, this kind of alleyway that you're in here, a lot more difficult to remain, inconspicuous here, could very, you stick out a bit. It was good Bone-Breaker.
That's fine.
Okay, very good.
I'm supposed to be here.
Very good. Just carrying on your way. It doesn't seem like there's much. The buildings are quite tightly nestled against the perimeter fencing here. There's no room really in between this perimeter fencing and the back of these buildings. Pretty tight, pretty gnarly. And you continue pushing and slowing along, pretty confident that you won't be seen back here until you get to this portion here. There's a small gap with these, more traditionally built, rectangular buildings, and this odd, what seems to you like angular, almost triangular in profile, building that's pretty gnarly. This seems to you to be kind of like, a large stone citadel of some type. This thing is like a big, like, nasty, gnarly, like, stone triangle, probably a good, like, 3 stories or so tall. That kind of reaches up to a point and then ends in almost like a pyramid type fashion. It's gnarly. It's gnarly looking. You suspect this to perhaps be like the jail of the jail ward, because this looks like the most like densely like dense building so far that you've seen, and the other ones have been pretty formidable. This one is sleek. It looks like it's a colder, perhaps more denser stone it's constructed out of. And you also take note of 2 guardsmen out by the entrance to this building, who stand there with like these large halberds. It seems like they're cut from a different cloth than the other guardsmen of regular. You definitely know a different caliber of guard, but unfortunately not the Inquisition as you had hoped. At least at a glance, it's up to you how long you want to, remain to case it out to see who comes and goes. It's all, that's up to you. At a glance so far, you haven't, hard to say.
Yeah, I'll hang out for a little while.
Sure. Okay, very good. You kind of check your alley sides and see the occasional, lady, dusting out, linens and so on and so forth, and like kids playing in the alley and dogs barking. Seems like normal civilian affair out here. So you kind of just nestle yourself a little low and stay propped and watch. And you see what looks like 3 Inquisition members exiting from this large triangular structure, and they kind of step out into your view in this yard, and seem like they're conversing about something, and they kind of like nod in like agreement, and then begin traveling across the yard, presumably toward that main gate in which you saw earlier. Yes.
Okay. I would like to make a sprint and kind of pace myself and see how long it would take to go to Red-Faced Jack's.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Putting it to practice. Very good. So be it. Is this a full-on sprint? You're trying to see how quickly you may navigate there?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Gunning it as it were. Give me an athletics check. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Not the best, not the worst. You managed to get past Red-Faced Jack's, negotiating a little bit of, civilian traffic on this roadway here, which you find may very well prove to be troublesome should you try to do this under duress. Perhaps picking the right time of day where there's a little less foot traffic would be, certainly to your advantage, you can't help but think. As you get over there and, probably about a minute or so by your count.
Nice.
And you feel you could do a bit better. Yeah, precisely. You feel there's definite room for improvement. You kind of like take a glance back over yonder toward the jail ward, just to see, the 2 men at the gate swing the large gates open rather slowly, just enough to let these 3 gentlemen through single file, and they start striding their way down over in the direction of red-faced jacks. And then they kind of stop and nestle their way, you know, kind of like in the shade of this nearby building under the high noon sun. And they're kind of just like loitering, and you see them like look over in your direction. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. They're kind of just
like nothing's even happening.
As you should, as they seem like they're posting up in one degree or another. And you, what do you do next, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker? This whole adventure being probably about, you know, a 15-20 minute affair.
I will go hang out at the bar with the intentions of maybe hitting a hit die.
Oh, okay. All right, very good. Very good. You rejoin your bar compatrons. Speaking of which, with the exception of Bungus and Skeezewell, Mandion and Gelden, this could be a short rest for you in a half hour here.
I don't see why not.
Since you've been doing nothing but, to my understanding, but hang out in the bar. So, you know.
Oh, my third drink.
Give me a Constitution save.
All right.
Hey, you know. No, not too bad, you know. Red-Faced Jack's been giving you the good stout, and it's been hitting you pretty, you know, a little bit better than you thought. And you got a sweet buzz going.
Hell yeah.
You're not sure if you should stop here or continue. You're undecided. But you are engaging a sweet short rest. So let's boom, 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 boom. Forward time a little bit. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you and Mandion and Gelden talking anything at the bar during this next half hour where I'm gonna jump through here?
Ulzgud wants to find where the bone dog is, and you know, chill with it and show Mandion.
Sick, yeah, on your person, as a matter of fact, I'm not, you know, it was good Bone-Breaker, you can tell me where you've been the bone dog's been with you.
Yeah, dude, I've just been chilling with it. It's been in my arm, cradled like a baby.
Fire.
And at this point, I would like to rouse it and kind of feed it one of my dark elf fingers. Have a little bone to snack on.
Damn, the bone dog protrudes. Oh, I have that bone dog visual I sent you. Hold on, let me get that bone dog visual real quick. Shit.
Check this out, Mandion.
Yeah, he's got it. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker can provide that visual for all.
We're gonna have to get that bone dog.
Yes, Mandion and Gelden, you are presented with a fully unwrapped now from its covering. It's small body exposed. It pretty much can rest quite comfortably in one palm of Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Probably about the size of like an adult rabbit at this time. A black, like scruffy furred, canided type creature, with a gnarly, like protruding exposed skull. Of which you recall, Mandion and Gelden, that you saw this creature when Loki gave it to Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. And now you're getting a finer look at it.
I give it a few rubs on its exposed skull. And I ask Ulzgud if he thinks he needs any help on his morning mission.
I don't know. Only thing I really need is speed and to not be detected, so if I can get someone to cast some invis on me, and if I can just run, I think I'll be good.
Well, if you want, I can always hang out at a street corner and cast it on you as you run by.
Ooh. I like that.
Assuming everything goes well. I might need to borrow one of those fancy amulets.
Ruff, ruff. The small bone dog pup chirps in Ulzgud Bone-Breaker's palm.
And Gelden stops petting it. And stares at it and to try to get it to back down.
It eats that Ulzgud Bone-Breaker treat.
Oh.
Furiously. And it just continues with its small bone dog mannerisms. Seems like quite the energetic, animated creature.
Curious.
Perhaps a fine companion for your sweet barbarian friend.
I like it.
I've named him Fracture.
Oh, how fitting. And Gelden raises his glass. Says, "Here's the Fracture." Finishes his third drink.
The
Excellent.
Fracture.
Excellent. You see a Redfish Jack's like, you know, like popping one eye out and like checking out your small bone dog. It's like, nice. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Reminds me of the bone hounds they had out in the Badlands near the crag. A lot of creatures look like that over there. That's for sure.
What you know about the crag, Redface Jack?
I used to roll around there. I know I don't look it. And he kind of like pulls up his fat underneath his apron and like lets it loose upon like the bar. He's like, but I used to be a tribal orc myself. I did. Yep. Then I became civilized here in the city. Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I was a full-blooded orc, young man, I tell you what. I rolled with the worst of them, and no one would fuck with me, or it'd be over for them, I tell you what. Squish.
Man.
But
I'd like to have seen that.
don't think I'm too out of my prime, but I have to admit that was some years ago now, and, you know, most of my fighting days are done. I like to fill people up, not cut them loose. All in faded days. Hey, how's that stage coming along? And Face Jack looks over at Skeezewell, Binbag, and Bungus. And Skeezewell, Binbag, and Bungus, you gentlemen have worked on your stage for an hour now. Presumably to the best of your ability. Spent a good amount of money on your resources.
I know. How is the stage coming along?
You guys can convince me to make whatever kind of rolls you want, really, to determine the outcome of this stage. Probably not any charisma based rolls, I don't think. This seems like it will fall. You know, this seems like this will fall more in the realm of the practical, perhaps your intellect, if you can apply it in this situation. But it seems like it will come down to strength, maybe, and maybe some sleight of hand.
All right. So Skeezewell uses the mage hand to hold the nails in place so that he never smashes his finger comically. And so that's pretty good advantage. Beyond that,
Duly noted.
Skeezewell is a criminal, and he's used to constructing things.
Sure. Sure.
In a homemade fashion. DIY.
Okay. All right. Give me a strength check. I guess with advantage, because Bungus is helping. Mm. Mm. It's rough going. It's rough going, but you find your way around it. You find your way around it, especially with the help of Bungus. Give me a sleight of hand check from Bungus. See if Bungus's agility and dexterity can assist.
Am I able to do that roll?
I don't know.
I can't do it, but
All
yeah,
right,
he
very
says
well.
He'd like to do that.
Very well. Very well, I shall take care of this. Oh shit. It's all right, Bungus.
Oh my god.
All right, Bungus. Yeah, I'm not sure what Bungus does, but he uses his nimble fingers, and his enthusiasm. You know, he will likely be the one on this stage after all, so he wants it to look good, for all of his patrons and of course for his image. He has a reputation to protect to some degree around here nowadays, and Bungus definitely busts out the like those nimble Bungus fingers from all that instrument playing. And with Bungus's dank assistance, you guys have turned your mediocre stage into what would be a pretty nice looking, homemade rustic stage that takes up a good now, like corner portion of the establishment. Certainly enough room for a small band performance, or perhaps a stage play of some caliber.
If all that is true, Skeezewell says to Redface Jack,
Yeah, Jack's coming along real well, just getting the last of the floorboards down now.
Well, all right. Not so bad then. All right. Very good. It turned out better than I thought it was going to.
Hey, Jack, do you think you could do a set, maybe a little story time or something? I'm running low on acts. Just to get us off the ground. All natural and all that. Yeah,
I don't know. It's not really my kind of thing, You seem like you got a story or two there, Binbag.
Yes, you're not wrong. Not the kind that are worth telling. What about singing? You must have a great big bellowing voice.
Oh no, not me. I leave all the singing and instrument playing to that fellow over there with that caterpillar on his lip.
Well, enough then.
Bungus
is coming along great.
Well, I look forward to it.
With that being said, Mandion and Gelden, a short rest has gone by for you in particular. Anything, anything dependent on a short rest, you recover and restore. And you can use.
On short rest.
I don't know.
Just
probably only like any ability you would have in particular, like like fucking Bungus's bardic inspiration. I think comes back on a short rest, for example. It's just particulars. You may have nothing, and you can use up to 2 hit dice if you desire.
Very good. I'm good though.
Oh, very good. Very good.
I'm just here drinking.
And with that, a few more minutes go by. Skeezewell, Binbag, Bungus, you guys are confident that you're, the final preparations for the stage are complete, and it's, looking good. It's looking good. Are there any other activities Bungus and Skeezewell want to participate in other than, lounging about and perhaps having a short rest themselves?
Bungus, I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. I say we turn in. Maybe see if Jack needs some hands around cleaning.
Sounds good to me, Bungus says. All right. Very good. Very good. So with that, half hour goes by. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you have now satisfied the criteria for a short rest. You may regain any short rest abilities or what have you, and you may roll up to 2 hit dice for yourself, my good man. Thanks to the pleasant nature of Red-Faced Jack. Let's see. And if no one does anything furthermore, another half hour will come and go. High noon arriving. Red-Faced Jacks opening to the public just about at this time. And Bungus and Skeezewell, you gentlemen have now finished the criteria for a short rest. Bungus is a little wounded still from that battle this morning, so he will certainly spend some hit dice on himself while he still can. Excellent.
I'm at full health.
Oh, good. Oh, terrific.
Full. Boy, do I regain hit dice, or is that only long rest?
Only on a long rest, so you regain hit dice. Yep. Or some other kind of wacky thing. But I don't think a wacky thing that anyone has. All right. Okay. Very good. General tavern atmosphere, begins to liven up as, Red-Faced Jacks at noon sharp, boom. Dude, it's like flipping a switch. All of a sudden, the drunkards, that have been waiting to ever so patiently to get into precious Red-Faced Jacks, are now out in full, they're here in full swing, especially after the gnarly party that happened last night. And word on the town is some bullshit happened in here with Dram in the Dark this morning. So people are even more hyped about that, and people rush in as if on cue, and before you know, Red-Faced Jack is like fending people away from the bar, and he's like, "That's enough. You've had enough." It's only been 3 minutes, and Red-Faced Jack is like, "That's all. That's it." Red-Faced Jack is already shutting people off 3 minutes in after high noon. It's fucked. People are desperate for some Red-Faced Jacks. And with Red-Faced Jack still with no staff, it's rough going. Bungus and Skeezewell, do you guys offer to lend a hand with Red-Faced Jack?
Skeezewell heeds the call.
Very well.
He rushes to the bar with those ancient city instincts and begins serving customers.
Very good. Give me a performance check, Skeezewell Binbag. And Bungus will do the same. As you gentlemen try to fill the role of impromptu waitstaff. Bungus has no problem. Bungus is almost a 30 with Bungus. Holy fuck. Bungus has little to no issues.
Skeezewell's not actually experienced as waitstaff and fails horribly.
Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome back to Red-Faced Jacks. Here, you need a stout? Here you go. Give me the gold. No, thank you. You see, Bungus is just going to town. Red-Faced Jacks, good. Well, make sure you watch that one now. He's had enough. and the general atmosphere is going wild. It's going wild in here. Where the fuck is my goddamn atmosphere? Well, I'm missing it. Oh well. I will attempt to find it. Anyway, some revelry's going down. Is anyone up to anything with this chaotic revelry going down? As far as Ulzgud and Mandion's concerned?
Mandion Gelden was trying to hold down his barstool as long as he could, but he started having an irrational fear of something stabbing his soft, squishy flesh in the crowd, so he decided to go up to his room to get a suit.
Damn.
Ulzgud would like to ask Mandion if he could sharpen his harpoon for him.
Oh. Well, I've just so needed a break from all this noise. I guess I can go give it a try. And Mandion grabs the harpoon and misses the first 2 times because he's had a little too much to drink.
Very, very good, very good. And you make your way, you know, jostling through the crowd with this very incredible like weapon. Everyone's like, ah, whoa, you know, there's a few drinks like, ah, but yeah, that's right, watch out. You make your way, you know, you definitely using the handrail, up the stairs, you know, to your room, to find your suit as you left it.
Good.
You find your suit as you left it. Get this bone dog out of here. Jesus Christ.
No.
I love it. I love it. And you weave the atmosphere of the bar patrons behind and begin donning your suit. And will then presumably sharpen Ulzgud Bone-Breaker's harpoon.
That is the plan.
Sick. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Whoops. You are down here in the wildness of the medieval tavern, no doubt. Which begins to ever so mildly taper down after Redface Jack's like, quiet, that's enough! And everyone's like, fucking shit. And quiet for a second, and then everyone kind of like somberly continues.
Is there anything going up on the stage right now?
Not at this moment.
Ulzgud, in an attempt to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, he would like to put a chair up on the stage and quell the crowd. He will pull out his spine of Scaramouche, begin working on it, and begin spinning a tale for the crowd.
Damn.
Yes, Ulzgud, yes.
Damn, dude. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. You begin doing so. It's fucking gnarly. You get attention. The room quiets down. Everyone's like, whoa, holy fuck. Look at that. Look at that huge guy. What's he gonna do? And then you pull out the spine.
Listen up. See this spine right here? You ever heard of the mighty, the incredible, terrible Scaramouche?
Oh shit. Yeah.
This is how he died, and this is his current state.
You know, you hear the murmurs. You hear the murmurs and sounds of the gossiping tavern folk. You know, as they're like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh he's the one. He's the one that killed Scaramouche. One of the legendary members of the Rokunin who was never defeated in battle. Oh shit, you know, it's like, oh shit, those are the members of the Crimson Bones. Oh shit, the Crimson Bones, they're back in town. Oh shit, you know, fucking, you know, words going around. And one of the drunkards, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, it's like, if that's Scaramouche, why didn't you go turn it in for the reward? I hear it's like 3,000 gold.
Why would I do that when I can wear this?
Oh shit. Damn, well, that's pretty badass. Everyone's like, oh, and they all raise a drink to the mighty Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. And toast to the Crimson Bones.
Nice.
Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you can't help but enjoy yourself while you tell these sweet tales of your adventuring journeys. In just but like a span of a month and change, it's only been, and already you've done so much. Have had a gnarly adventure or two in your time. And as if on cue, parting through the crowd of drunkards after they finish toasting you and they begin to kind of, you know, most of them continue back to their ambient conversations and so on, is none other than the tall, black-clad, slender figure known as Mr. Archibald, who makes his way through the crowd and approaches towards you, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, eyes closed, strutting forth, his hands folded behind his back, ever so elegantly, a pristine posture.
Archibald,
Ah, good day, Master Bone-Breaker.
What news do you have for me?
I'm afraid news you won't enjoy hearing, sir. The pack of chains, Brulo the Many, Shrolb, and their other companion are busy guarding the caravan of the Grand Duke Magnate Lord Geronimus on his way up north to visit the Ebony City. Unfortunately, they won't be back for some time, sir.
Ah, how unfortunate.
They gave their
Thank
well
you.
wishes. It is the least I can do, sir. And he gives a slight bow.
Alright, well, maybe go check out what the rest of the Crimson Bones need.
As you wish, sir. And Mr. Archibald heads over yonder, to find the bearer of the bell, who I think is Mandion Gelden, right?
I think so.
Okay, all right,
Wait,
okay.
Yes, I do have it. I
Nice.
know I have it this time.
Nice. Mandion Gelden. All's well, you've donned your suit. You are sharpening your, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker's harpoon with your sharpening stone. Do you have the 6 sharpening stone, or is it the regular one?
I do
Cool.
have a ornate whetstone.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, very good. Very good. Then you'll be giving this the ornate whetstone treatment. Give me a, Oh, give me a fucking,
Yes.
intelligence check.
Yes, sir.
Because you're a bright one, Mr. Grinch. Not bad. Not bad. There you go. Yeah. Just have to do it like this and that. Just have to do it like this and that. You know, you've got your technique. You know what needs to be done. It's easy for you. You've done it before.
That's right.
You recollect it. You recall it. And then there's a knock at the door. You're like, fuck.
I answer the door.
you open the door as you begin to hear the muffled voice of someone, and it is none other than Mr. Archibald saying, "There's like, do forgive me for bothering you, sir. Sir, I'm just letting you know I've returned from my assignment."
Oh, excellent. Any luck?
I'm afraid not, sir. The other mercenary band, known as the Pack of Chains, consisting of Brillo the Many and the other goblinoids, are unfortunately busy guarding the lord of the city on his way up north.
Ah, this is quite a shame. You'll have to work on your convincing, but well done either way.
It seems like they were under employment by the lord themselves, and they were quite pleased about the subject. Seems their pay would be quite substantial indeed, from what I understood.
I guess we'll have to increase our rates.
Well,
Anyway, I appreciate the assistance. You're dismissed from here. I have no need.
very well, sir. Good luck. And he kind of gives you a little bow and salute, and kind of just stands there waiting for you to close the door.
I close the door and face it while sharpening.
Very good, very good. You're okay. You just close the door on it, and you don't hear the footfalls of him leaving. So for all you understand, he's still standing out there, and you face the door and continue to sharpen your harpoon until it is complete in another minute or two, and all seems to be well. Seems like you've done a pretty decent job.
Awesome.
And you do not hear the footfalls of You never hear the footfalls of Mr. Archibald leaving.
Really not great, but okay.
It is what it is.
I would like to. I guess I'll just carry it on down back to Ulzgud.
Oh, very good. You open the door, see no one there.
Thank God.
And there's no one in the hallway anywhere. No sign of Mr. Archibald to be seen. And you make your way down the stairs to took over and find Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, who's playing with bones in the corner. Perhaps as you quite rightly suspected. And you start, you make your way down the stairs and take a few strides over in that direction, and then in walks the Inquisition.
No.
3 Inquisition members stride in through the front door. They begin
Follow my 32 pound
looking around. draw your 32 pound pistol.
I keep it to my side, covertly.
Keep your side as you keep making your way over toward Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Eventually, you reach Ulzgud Bone-Breaker.
Oh, thank God.
As these Inquisition members kind of begins as the 3 of them kind of like spread out and start checking out the establishment, it seems to you.
Which one of them's the biggest one?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. They seem like they're like alarmingly like similar in height, and their features aren't very easy to discern given their particular outfits. They're quite heavily clad in armor, it seems to you, underneath their robery. It's difficult to determine their builds. Give me a perception check, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. We'll go with your passive. Perhaps the one nearest you. I mean, they all seem like they look pretty tough, really.
I'm going to approach.
Oh, nice. Man, Gelden, before you can even make... Oh, well, I guess you make it to Ulzgud Bone-Breaker and hand off the harpoon, which is now freshly sharpened, just as Ulzgud Bone-Breaker is getting up to seemingly go interact with those Inquisition members.
Perfect timing. Oh, I gotta put my suit back on. Sorry.
Yes. Man. Yes. Very good. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker starts making his way over. You see this Inquisition member that's kind of like, he's kind of like squatting, kneeling down now, and he's kind of like reaching in between like the floorboards of red-faced jacks, and he's like reaching in and he's like pinching shit and like looking at like the residue or some shit that's like left behind in there. And you're like, fuck, as you go over and shadow over him, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker.
What are you doing here?
Just doing my job, citizen.
What would that be?
I'm here to search for any illegal magical activity, past or present.
You're not gonna find anything here.
Well, that's up for me to decide.
Hey, you're with the Inquisition, right?
Yeah, that's so. And he gets up off his knee, and he kind of stands before you. He's only about the same size as you are, roughly. That's so.
Always wanted to see how strong you guys are.
Well,
What'd you say to the little bout?
No, sir. We're not allowed to do anything like that.
Why not?
We only fight when it's serious, sir. And we only spar between comrades. I hope you understand.
I never said I wasn't serious.
Well, if you ever find yourself on the wrong side of the law, you just let me know.
What's your name, coward?
My name is Harald. Harald.
The Inquisitor.
Well, Harald, perhaps I'll see you after work hours.
Perhaps so. And maybe then you may not be so lucky, as they say.
Ulzgud's gonna remember this man.
Okay. and it seems like he's about to open up his mouth and say something else. And then a deafening bell cracks out. The tavern quiets down. You see, like this, I was like, Haral's like, shit. It's time. Let's move, boys. And you see the other Inquisitors move. Yeah, they jolt. And they all kind of like gather near one another and make their way to the doorway. And you can hear like the peasantry and the other like tavern folk are like, oh shit, what the fuck's that? What the fuck's that? Oh, it's the Temple of the Nine. It must be the bell of the Temple of the Nine. What's going on? Some shit must be going on. And then you hear the sounds of commotion outside as these Inquisitors like push their way out the saloon doors, and they're gone out of the tavern in but a few moments. Seemingly understanding what this bell is as it continues to ring.
They all leave in a group pretty quick.
They all leave in a group pretty quick, it seems to you. And the bell continues.
Can I do an insight check to see if they appeared afraid or alert or happy or
Ooh, I guess so. Yeah.
The general mood of the group. Yeah,
I guess so. You're probably just sitting back and like keeping an eye on them all, and they were all kind of like skulking and searching around, and then all of a sudden, they all perked up and scrammed.
Okay. No, I didn't get any signs of emotion from their faces or anything.
I'm sorry. You may make an insight check. That was just a I'm sorry. That was just a preamble.
Understood.
Really, that was just a preamble.
I understand.
Yeah, 16 insight. You seems like they're up to something. It seems to you. It seems like this seems like a they're moving in too deliberate coordination for it to be some type of too reactionary, perhaps, right?
Okay, so they knew. It seemed like they kind of knew or were expecting it.
Perhaps they move far too. They're either very efficient, which you haven't seen any disproof to be, I suppose, right? Or they had some forewarned, perhaps, of some caliber, because the reaction time was spotless. Very gone in but a moment.
Good enough.
As a matter of fact, you kind of like skulk over into the corner of the tavern and watch out the window, and you see a few people racing in the street. Seems like there's kind of commotion in the street and the roads now. You can see like crowds of like some panic, right? There's the people are shuffling along quite hurriedly, and you see the three Inquisitors as they all kind of stand facing each other in like a triangle S formation, and one of them like grabs like his necklace of some caliber, and there's this like effect, and they've all disappeared. So it seems like they've perhaps gone somewhere or done something. As these horrific bells continue to cry and turn. And you see some guards in the street kind of like ushering people, like into the city. It seems to you, from what little you can garner from outside, it seems like it's going down.
Damn. Okay.
What are we doing, Crimson Bones?
The
situation's changed.
It has. Let's say I would like to.
Seems like there's a chaos gonna brew out there. Not sure what the cause could be.
And then you would like to exit the building.
Sure. Very good.
He's going to stand at the corner Red Face Jack's. That's more towards the center of the city, and he wants to kind of see if he can hear any rumors or sense where the guards are going towards.
Sick. All right, you kind of just poke your way out and make your way down, the right porch, hugging the building, and just trying to garner what you can from the commotion of the crowd. Scott, there's orcs out there raiding the far fields. Don't worry, you'll be safe. Get to the Temple of the Nine. Go! Go! Orc raiders.
Back inside.
Very good. Eric, huh? All right.
Mandion Gelden approaches Ulzgud and perhaps the rest of the group if they're around, and he says, I heard something about an orc attack outside of the city. Must be pretty serious to have everyone running around like that.
Ulzgud.
Watch. See what these Inquisitors can really handle. And Mandion Gelden turns to go watch.
Oh, I don't know.
Fine, if you guys don't want to go, I'll go without you. I'll report back.
Oh, I'll go.
Are you sure we're gonna be safe here? Orc attack.
Well, I'd rather be near the walls and trapped deep inside here if it all goes wrong.
All right. We'll come with you.
I guess so. Bungus kind of like undoes his apron and tosses it aside. Count me in, fellas.
Yeah.
If you'll have me anyway. I'm Bungus.
Mandion will say that's what I thought. And he will push the group towards the door and try to follow where the guards are heading towards.
Okay. Very good. Very good. You start pushing along. Seeing now that kind of like the shuffling stampede of people is sort of like starting to come to an end. You know, there's been enough of a tidal wave of people that are flowing into the city. Seemingly that you know, it seems it's tapering down quite a good bit. And you push over yonder to the jail ward from the direction in which everyone's running down toward the southern gate. All of you as a group, just in time to watch as that, you know, the southern gate guards, probably you know, at least a dozen or so that you can make out, four or so on the ground, you know, help push through and like help usher through like this large like L-Core who's got a, you know, like a large like load bearing on their back. They're like, that's it, seal the gates, drop her. Don't see the gates! And you hear him retort. You're like, fuck, they're gonna seal the gates. You start fucking pushing a good bit quicker, getting the fuck over there. But alas, the rate at which this fucking huge ass fucking like iron like gridded fucking gate of like gnarly gauge makes its way stampeding down at a pretty fucking gnarly ass degree. Not quite free fall speed. There's clearly like, you know, a crank up there doing it. But when it's time for them to close that gate, you see they waste no fucking time. And that bitch is shut pretty like almost fucking, you know, like 5 seconds. it's fucking closed. You guys are like, oh shit, well, fuck. And then you see like there's exterior doors that are also like being like, you know, being pulled and like you know, like locked as well. And another pair of doors on the inside of the city that also begin to like, you know, and shuffle to a closed position as the guards are like, clear the way, clear out, good.
And he rings the bell.
Ding, ding, ding. You ring the bell. Out of your left hand periphery, like from this nearby alleyway, you see like poking the head out. It's Mr. Archibald. Here's go. You know, comes prancing over, you know, perfectly as he does. Here's go. You rang, sirs.
Oh, sorry to bother you. If it wouldn't be too much trouble, we're trying to exit the city. You mind getting one of those doors open for us?
It may prove a little difficult, sir, I must admit. I can do my best.
Well, do your best, but if you can't, try to find out what's going on out there for us.
I see. And Mr. Archibald kind of looks over yonder, and you guys fucking like turn around and like look over red-faced Jax, and you see like towering up above the blue tinge of the Dram ward is a pretty gnarly like black like smoke column that is partially filling the sky a little bit. Seems like there's a pretty gnarly fire being raged out there.
Shit.
And it could very well be a good well, you know what, Mandion and Gelden, why don't you give me an intelligence check?
I will.
Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, why don't you give me a survival check?
6.
Damn. Okay. You both pretty much come to the same conclusion. The darkness of the fire indicates that it's not just your plain Jane light fire of any type of caliber. Like there's a lot of shit burning, and there's a lot of different shit burning to be creating all that dark ass smoke. That ain't good. And you also take note that it's even though it looks like a pretty decently sized like plume, you suspect it to be pretty good distance away, like probably quite a few miles. Certainly nowhere too nearby.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Figure out what's causing that.
Oh, very well, sir. I will do what I can. And Mr. Archibald does an about face and makes his way right toward the gate. Like full sprint. Mr. Archibald gunning it.
Excellent.
And Mr. Archibald, goes sliding up to the gate, like in like a sliding stop. Yeah, and you can see like two of the guards kind of look over, and they're like, whatever, fucking. And then watch like Mr. Archibald like stick his fingers in between like those two giant doors, and like begin to buckle and push hard enough that you can actually see, like hear and see like a little like tremble in these huge ass like 20-foot tall fucking like massive double doors. And the guards like actually hey and the guards turn right back around and they're like, hey, stop. And he's like, but I'm afraid it's what I must do. you can see some type of conversation going down. And the guy's like, that's it. and he takes like his big like man catcher and he sticks Mr. Archibald in the back of the knee. Mr. Archibald's like, oh, and Mr. Archibald like falls. Gate recloses. Hey, that's it. You're under arrest, mister, for opening up that gate. Mr. Archibald like, what? Come now. It was hard to even open, gentlemen. Let's not be unreasonable. Nope, that's it. Hands behind your back. That's it. I got him. Yep, that's it. And you see like another like guard or two start coming over. And Mr. Archibald kind of like looks over to you, Mandion and Gelden, and makes like eye contact with you. It's kind of like, well,
mission
what now?
Fail. Mandion Gelden rings the bell again.
you ring the bell. You ring the bell. Mr. Archibald kind of like gives you like a fucking like 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 a look like fucking. and then and like while a guard is like sitting on like pretty much like on Mr. Archibald like with this fucking his forearm like pressed up against the back of his head. Mr. Archibald kicks his fucking leg up enough to like actually like knock this guard over, and then you see like another guard trying to stab down with his man catcher, but Mr. Archibald's too quick. He already like sits up from his prone position and slides against some of the dirt nearby, grabbing a handful of it and throwing it into the guard's face. The guard's like, ah! And Mr. Archibald like starts running over into this nearby alleyway. Guard's like, damn it, son of a bitch, after him. And the guards give chase after Mr. Archibald. The whole time, still, that bell which sounds like it's coming from the square, is continuing. You know, it's like boom, boom. It is like, you know, it is like an alarm of some caliber
Cool.
being sounded for all to hear. And now you gentlemen are kind of left in the relative quiet of this area. You can see quite a few guards that are up on top of the southern gate tower, which is like a good, like, you know, like 30, 40 foot tall, like a tower structure. You can see their little brimmed helmets up there shimmering off the sun. You know, it seems like they're, you know, good portion of the guards are in there, perhaps in the perimeter wall as well. You suspect.
Do I see a staircase up the wall?
You don't. You do not. You do take note of a entrance to these towers. Now it's like a guard, you know, like a guard porthole that would bring you, you know, probably like directly into the stairwell, maybe into a small barracks. Before leading you eventually to a stairwell of some kind. You know, there is access to these towers from this side, but they, you know, it seems like they are barred pretty well shut from what you can garner.
Are they being guarded?
They're not actively being guarded, it seems to you. Perhaps the guards that were chased away were those guards.
I would like to approach the door.
Ooh, okay. What about the rest of the Crimson Bones? Are we all going with Mandion and Gelden, or is this a solo mission?
I'll go with them.
Okay. All right. Very well.
Mandion.
Skeezewell follows.
Well, I'm Bungus, and Bungus will follow suit. Everyone makes their way over to the southern gate, and you see like a guy lean over. He's like, "Hey, stay away from here." Like almost immediately, someone's like, "Hey." Doesn't take long.
Mandion Gelden like says under his breath, "Shield me, guys," and he goes up to the door to observe the mechanisms on the door.
You hear after Mandion Gelden takes a few like footfalls closer, and you lean over to like see like what this door composition is. You hear again, you know, shit shouted from up over yonder. Like, I'm telling you right now, you get away from that guard door, you're in big trouble. I mean it.
Mandion Gelden relents and looks up at the guard and yells.
You see the face of like the guard with like the brimmed hat, like looking over, you know, the edge, like looking right down at you.
Mandion Gelden yells, "Pardon, sir. I'm sure this is not your decision, but we must come up and observe the happenings."
You see his face like disappear from the ledge, and then like two of them are looking over now. Like, sorry, buddy, no can do. Guards and guards only.
Mandion Gelden yells, "But we're the Crimson Bones."
Yeah. Hey, look, my kid loves you guys, but I can't. You know, it's my ass. Look, the sergeant at arms is giving a speech over in the town square. Get permission from him. I'll let you come up and do whatever you want.
Hey, I'll even have Ulzgud give your kid one of his legendary bones if you let us come up. Just for a couple minutes.
Really?
I would like to bluff the guard too. I have a invitation from the Garza Authority with a stamp from Sergeant Barrows on it.
Yes.
Fucking. Very good. Very good. What? Jesus Christ. Oh. Okay. Mandion Gelden, you can make a deception check with advantage. Thanks to Ulzgud Bone-Breaker.
Nice.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. What? Well, really? I mean, legendary bones, and you got a letter. Well, that sounds pretty good. I know it doesn't sound good, you fucking idiot. There were guards down there. They'd let them up if they were allowed to. Where are the guards that were supposed to be down there? The other guard next to him that's looking down at you shouts.
They told us to watch this door while they go and help out.
that's another deception check. that's a good one. You see his face disappear. The guy that you were just speaking to, and like you kind of just like yell up to that one guy. So like, oh, okay. And then you wait a few seconds, and then there's 3 more heads now that pop over the side, and they're looking. So there's 4 of them in total. They're looking down at you guys. They all look the fucking same. They're like, hey, look, guys, you need to go. like a third guard says that's just, not involved. It's like, yeah, we can dump like hot oil and stuff down there. That won't be very nice, Just please go away, citizens. All right. This is a stressful time. Go to the town square. They're giving a speech to help calm all the citizens down. It should be fine. Just leave us alone.
What do you think Sergeant Barrows will think about this?
He'd probably thank us for doing our job and not letting you strangers up here. Now leave us alone.
Us to go up.
Oh, well, we don't know if that's true.
Check out this letter. Come on down.
No way. We ain't leaving our post.
While this commotion's happening, Mandion seeing a lock pick the door.
Mandion, you get closer. Give me a stealth check to sneak your way over. It's your only hope. They're watching. There's 4 people looking down, watching you.
Shit. Oh no, was it?
Oh
no, that was that was pretty. That's pretty good.
That's all right.
It is. Yeah. I guess it's all right. Fucking, you make your way in. You swell up against the door. You think you're distracted. You think they were distracted enough to perhaps not see you as you just kind of made your way over yonder. He's like, hey, there was 4 and now there's only 3. God damn it. Hey, you better get away from that door down there. I mean it. Son of a bitch. And Manny Gelden, you do get a good look at the composition of this door though, for quite a few seconds. It seems like a pretty heavy duty, like wooden rustic's door. You imagine to be quite thick and quite dense. Seems like it's metallically reinforced, in more than one way. Perhaps more than a few ways you can see as well. You do spot a handle, and it does seem like it has a it doesn't appear to be locked at all, actually. No. There is no external lock mechanism from what you can garner.
I attempt to open the door.
Open the door, it is barred shut from the inside. You presume. In some fashion.
Shit.
Better get away from that. I'm telling you. This is your last warning, guys. Come on, moving on now.
I can't catapult things I can't see, right?
I don't think so, no. No.
It doesn't say, but I assume not.
Go on, get moving, guys. Come on. We gotta keep an eye out for orcs.
Oh.
There's orcs out there. Scary orcs.
Orcs, you say? Tell us more.
No, go away.
Hey, my friend is an orc.
I'm right here.
Oh. Well, I'm sure you're nice, but
The big people are talking.
Fellas, get out of here. We mean it now.
Hey, shouldn't you go check out why these other guards aren't here?
Well, that is true, but not till you leave, because we don't trust you. Go on, get.
What if the orcs got him?
What do you mean, what if the orcs got him?
I mean, they went running into the town center. What if the orcs already got in the north gate? And you guys are just sitting there doing nothing.
They all kind of like look at you see all the heads kind of like look and face like each other, and yeah, probably not.
Yeah, probably not, but they're not here right now, are they?
Well, that's true, but there's no orcs here either, so I don't know. And there'd be a lot of screaming people. Well, I mean, you're a little different.
How do you know that?
Oh, I guess we don't know that. Get the crossbows ready, boys. and you see like two of them, push away from the wall and leave out of sight. You're like, uh-oh, that's not good. All right, see you guys later. you see like that first guy you were interacting with finally leaves. And then the other one silently pushes his head away as well. And after a few minutes of just back and forth with these guards, the interaction seemingly ends as soon as you're now yelling up at that stone tower. You're left to your own devices.
All right, time for a rope trick up there, Mandion.
I have rope, but not a rope trick. Mandion reports.
No rope trick, eh?
Mandion Gelden starts shaking the guard door.
You shake the guard door. It doesn't even really have much jiggle to it. It's locked quite firmly in place.
Shit.
And then you hear something going on in there too. You're like shuffling or clanging or something. There's something going on in there.
Mandion Gelden puts his ear against the door, or his helmet against the door.
Give me a perception check, you rat. Holy shit. Holy fuck. You can't make out much. Thick suit of armor. Thick door. Hard to say. You can definitely tell there's movement occurring in there.
Mandion Gelden would like to do something. One sec. He would like to. What can I take? Mandion Gelden would like to remove one piece of 32 palm pistol ammunition from his storage.
Very good.
Imbue it with a message.
Damn.
That says the orcs have got us. It's too late. And he is going to leave it outside of the door. Propped up against the frame.
Very well.
And he'll leave it there.
Damn, you leave one of your valuable palm pistol rounds. Very well. Imbued with a message for whoever may find it. Very well. Holy shit.
Alright, Mandy, when you're done messing around, give me the bell. I need Archibald to do an animal show. Where is that Struthiomimus anyways?
You look around, Skeezewell bag. Yeah, you find no Struthiomimus.
I hand the bell over, and I say, you can try him, but he might be a bit occupied. And the bell is now in his possession.
Skeezewell takes the bell and makes a dash for Red-Faced Jacks.
Oh, shit. See ya.
Okay. Very good. You can't help but find the continuous ringing of the bell to be distressing. You're not sure when it's going to end as you break away from this guard confrontation. What's the rest of
this bell?
What's the rest of the Crimson Bones up to?
I guess. I don't know. Do we want to go back to the center of Garza? See what the heck's going on?
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess so.
We're getting nowhere with this gate.
What the fuck?
Infamous, the twin gates of Garza. Not bad though. I mean, almost. You're all getting there. You guys push along. Find Skeezewell Binbag outside of Red-Faced Jacks. Skeezewell Binbag, what are you doing outside of Red-Faced Jacks? Anyway.
I'd like to go inside Red-Faced Jacks.
Oh, very well. Skeezewell Binbag, after but a moment or two, you are within Red-Faced Jacks.
Skeezewell's gonna ring the bell and approach the stage.
Oh shit! Very good, very good. You ring the handbell, make your way up to your wooden stage. Good portion of the bar patrons turn, mug in hand, to face you.
Skeezewell starts ringing the bell.
You continue to ring the
Attention
bell.
all patrons, please. The show is about to begin.
Yay!
Skeezewell creates little sparkling effects around himself.
There's one guy.
Shower of sparks.
There's one guy that's like, "Woo, yeah!" But you have the attention of these other grumbling patrons. This all the peasantry have their eyes on you, Skeezewell Binbag. But no Mr. Archibald appears. At least not yet. A few more moments pass.
Skeezewell Binbag takes out the bag of sus.
Oh, goodness. The bag of sus. Very well. Very well. You retrieve your pouch of sus. What is it you will do with it?
I will take the ball out and place it in the center stage.
Sick. Sick. In chat, you can do like /R1D3, I think it is. Because you have but 3 balls left in this bag of sus. You pluck a random one out. Oh. Very good. Very good. You pluck out this green fuzzy ball. And unleash it, Skeezewell Binbag.
Yes, Skeezewell unleashes the beast.
You throw the green fuzzy ball upon the stage. It sits there for but a moment before
Skeezewell
evolving.
rings the bell again.
Behold!
And what grows from the ball seems kind of like bird and chicken-like at first, until it continues to grow. Bipedal with these sharp talons that are kept quite close to its chest, and this slender, long, like reptilian dinosaur form, ending in this very like long snout with these sharp ass teeth, and this feather like featheration throughout it that goes along its tail. A small velociraptor is created from your bag of sus here on the stage, and it stands there beginning to like animate. It's like, and it like screeches out like all the tavern patrons like everyone starts fucking losing their shit and freaking out at your small velociraptor that you have unknowingly like conjured here in this place. Like people are like diving over the bar with like drinks in hand, and people are pushing for the exit.
Skeezewell rings the bell again to get everyone's attention.
Be calm, patrons, be calm.
And then he looks at the velociraptor and gives his command.
Give me
Dance with me.
give me a persuasion check. Skeezewell Binbag. The other Crimson Bones, you guys try to get into Red-Faced Jacks to see what's going on. You can't, because there's a bunch of people now that are trying to like press and force themselves outside of Red-Faced Jacks. Like maybe there's an orc warband in there, perhaps.
Ulzgud will push against them.
give me an athletics check, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, to push.
Yeah.
push against these fucking the sea of people. It's pretty good. You put up a strong, like, the two people that you are pressing into are fucking dying. You're killing them. You're killing those people. But all the other like bodies behind them are still pressing up sufficiently enough to unfortunately keep you from using your raw strength to get in here. There's probably like 30 or 40 people that are trying to get through. Like everyone's trying to get out through that one door. It's madness. Eventually, someone's like, "I can't take it anymore!" Ah! And he's like takes a chair, smashes it against the window. Red face guy's like, "That's enough." And the guy jumps out the window. You see like out of your left was Bone-Breaker as you're like pushing these guys like they're jumping out. Now they're just like jumping and clambering out of the window to like leave from this place. This peasant that you're like pressing into, it's like they're being like suffocated. As this horrific human stampede is occurring. Skeezewell, Binbag, your paltry persuasion attempt nowhere near enough to sway the fervent panicking crowd that is way overreacting to this creature you know to be harmless, but they have no idea to be. And are fucking
trying to intimidate them into the establishment.
You may try, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. You may fucking try.
Oh my god.
What do you do to intimidate the crowd, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker?
Get back in there! I'll give you something to be more scared of.
There's a good like 3 or 4 people that are like, oh fuck, maybe he's right. It's the orcs. It's the orc warband everyone's been talking about, and a good portion of people begin to leave now, realizing perhaps the threat that waves before them may be worse than the threat that is in the tavern. And eventually the crowd starts to disperse as you have assistants now, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, and pushing back, and as more people are leaking out of the windows and so on, and Redface Jack is pulling them off to the side and what have you. Eventually, the way is cleared after a good few bruisings against the peasantry. All the while that infernal confounded bell constantly ringing. Just absolute chaos, but now the rest of the Crimson Bones have access to Red Face Jacks.
Thank God.
You guys walk in and you see Skeezewell, Binbag.
Not dancing with me.
Oh no, no, quite. Oh no, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. I mean, now the Velociraptor is dancing with you. To some people's notice. but not the most apparent. The Crimson Bones, you guys enter and look over yonder and see on the stage Skeezewell Binbag dancing with a Velociraptor, and it seems
it's the Russian kicks. The Velociraptor's got his arms crossed.
Oh yeah, that's loud.
Skeezewell grunts and exerts himself on stage with the Velociraptor. They're matching.
Yes, you guys see what has caused the panic at last.
That's what you're scared of?
People most people are still clamoring to leave, and have left by now. And the few tavern patrons that are left are just left shaking their heads in disgust. What's the rest of the Crimson Bones doing? After the chaos has died down and now these people are sent to the streets.
Shit. I suppose. I don't know. Do I want to stay here and see what else happens? I don't know. Do I care about any of those?
What time of day is it?
It's still only about noon.
Yeah, noonish.
Mhm.
Can't be that much more past noon.
Ulzgud looks to Mandion. You want to see what's going on in the middle of town?
Yeah, we might as well see what all the commotion's about. I agree.
Yeah.
Manning
Start
Gelden
making
will
my way
exit.
out.
Okay. Very well. Bungus and Binbag. Are you gentlemen following suit?
Oh, Skeezewell stops dancing, but tells the Velociraptor to continue dancing. Different dancing. He holds the Velociraptor's head close to his mouth as he whispers the instructions very clearly, very carefully.
Velociraptor continues to dance.
Skeezewell hops down from the stage and joins the Crimson Bones, beckoning Bungus along as well.
Very well. Very well. Bungus will, of course, follow in suit. And you gentlemen take to the road, kind of like watching a few of the scrambling peasants, still like, scattering out to the wind. And then you find the streets pretty much quiet after that. It's not good. You hear not much more than the sounds of that bell constantly roaring off in the distance. And the Crimson Bones make their way toward the center of Garza in search of what all the fucking hubbub is about. You gentlemen push along past the market district, past the jail ward, past the noodle stall, and eventually up to the mouth entrance of the Garza Square proper, the beautiful white and golden with little purple rubyish hues of the Temple of the Nine building in all its excellence. You can see clearly now, by the disturbed birds up upon it, and the large spire. You can see the bell animating up there, and you're like, oh shit, there it is. It is the bell of the Temple of the Nine. It's clear as day. And you see in the square, around what would usually be like the old well in the center of the city, is a mass of people. Perhaps maybe 100, 200 or so people have gathered here. And in the center of this mass of people is a wooden platform of some caliber, and it seems like quite a few people are gathering in anticipation. And you see, over upon the center of the platform, about a good 150 so feet away, is the glinting, shiny armor of a heavily armored, man, a knight of some kind, perhaps, who's standing quite proudly over there on the center stage. And it's up to you, the Crimson Bones, if you want to get a bit closer to see what else is going on.
I think we'll have to.
Doesn't appear that there are any other criers or anything occurring at this time. The stands are vacant. And all the attention is amassed seemingly on this one individual. You continue moving forward, pressing through the crowd. You take note of a few guards that stand by the stage as you kind of squirm your way and kind of adhere to the what is it? Most external ring of the crowd here. And you all look over yonder, and you see, standing upon the stage, in their shiny armor, the one, the only, an individual you're somewhat familiar with, Sergeant at Arms of the City Guard, Barrows, who stands quite proudly in his finery and heraldry, And it seems like he is, seems like you're all just in time for him to address the crowd at large.
Oh, well then. Suppose we'll have a listen.
Now, fine people, fear not. You are safe. The gates have been sealed. No greenskin will come for you. And our men are out there in the field, taking the fight to the enemy as we speak. We shall see them off. Let your worries subside. Though your concerns are warranted, we feel we finally have the situation under control. As the speech continues, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, who can't help but focus on, other things. There's a strange air in the city. You look about Ulzgud Bone-Breaker and can't help but notice that on the nearby rooftops, perimetering the square, as it were, there's sentries. It seems like there's guard sentries placed up on the rooftops that are, kind of like patrolling back and forth. And you go, shit, gnarly. And you look around and you see, probably about a good 4 or so guardsmen that stand guard by the stage, as it were. But other than that, that's all you can really make out for a guard presence. Seems a little bit lighter. Perhaps the majority of them are, actively attending to some type of duty. And as the speech continues, you can't help but watch Ulzgud Bone-Breaker as, there's some movement out of the corner of your eye from one of the sentries, and they disappear out of sight. And you're like, oh shit, that was weird. And you're not too sure what to make of that, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. But it's definitely something that would catch your eye. I'm almost sure of it.
Which building did that happen on?
Ooh, that would be this rightmost building. And you see another sentry, kind of like another rooftop or two down, who kind of does an about face and looks over in that direction and notices that his buddy or whatever that guard that was supposed to be there isn't there, and his stance kind of changes, and you see him, his tempo changes a bit, and he's making his way over in that direction, and you're sitting there watching. You're kind of ignoring the rest of the speech at this time as it continues, the bell ringing. And you watch this sentry making his way down the very eve of this rooftop. And he throws his arms up, and he's taken from out of sight, and you're like, oh shit. You're like, oh fuck. Homeboy either just slipped and fell, or something just took him. Now there's no doubt. You didn't get a good look. Homeboy just threw his arms up and slid off the angle of one side of the roof out of your line of sight. Couldn't be good.
Are there any guards real close to me?
The only guards that would be near you are the ones near the stage, and you have a crowd of people to push through.
Ulzgud starts pushing.
Fuck yeah. You're like, fuck this. And you start squirming your way through the fucking crowd. Badass. Mandion and Gelden, you would have undoubtedly at this time picked up on Actually, wait. Before we get to Mandion and Gelden, let's talk about Skeezewell Binbag. Skeezewell Binbag, you were no novice to urban crowds, and you have a fine eye for people that stick out. At this time, you can't help but notice that there's a few shadowy figures in this crowd that seem like they don't belong. You can't help but make out a black hooded individual here, there, and it seems odd to you. And you watch as your compatriot Ulzgud Bone-Breaker starts pushing his way toward the center stage. And you can't help but notice a few of these individuals are kind of drifting in that direction as well. Seems like they're all congregating in the center here for some kind of interesting affair. What are you gonna do, Skeezewell, Binbag? What are you thinking?
Sees Ulzgud Bone-Breaker.
You see your companion like move into the crowd with everyone else.
Skeezewell attempts to send a message. Do I still have that?
Oh, you don't have the sending stone, but you might be able to cast
Skeezewell
message
uses
if you can.
Message.
Sick, nice, dude. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
The message is, they're converging, Ulzgud. Left and right.
Seems like a pretty solid call out from Skeezewell, Binbag.
Skeezewell points at Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, sending his
Will
message.
enter a rage hearing this message.
Ooh, sick. The hair on Ulzgud stands on end, and you start to huff and puff. Only imagining what can transpire in this time. Some people, begins to be like, oh shit, and then, so see you and hear you coming up behind them. They part and scoot out of the way. As the speech continues, Mandion Gelden, what are you gonna do? You can't help but see your compatriot move forward. You see Skeezewell, Binbag, gesturing a spell of some kind to your compatriot as he's pushing in. Anything from you, Mandion Gelden? Give me a perception check, Mandion Gelden, please. To see what you have picked up in this time. You may or may not have seen what your companions have seen. No, I would say a bit too subtle perhaps for you to pick up on. Perhaps you're listening to the words of this man. I assume trying to garner what is happening in the outside world. But your attention is quickly diverted, and you can't help but notice Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, pushing his way through the crowd, and then you see him, like haunching over and tensing up, and you're like, oh fuck, I know what that means. that can't be good.
Mandion Gelden's going to keep his hand on his pistol while closely watching Ulzgud instead of the man.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Though the Grand Duke Magnate is away on business, his duty to his people remain unshaken. Let there be no voices of disdain against our protector, who has steered Garza right for so many years. The shadow of Dram the Dark will be warded away by the righteous light of humanity, bestowed upon us by the Great Ward. Bask in its glory, people of Garza, for the Great Ward defends us all against Dram, who never sleeps. It is our only defense that never falters, never wavers, never break. And then you hear the. It's like a snap, like a piece of like porcelain, perhaps, like snapping and breaking. And you see, it stops. Everyone quiets down to a murmur. You can hear the pin drop. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. You continue shuffling your way through the crowd, but you can't help but be swayed by the change in tempo as everyone's attention has been directed up above you. You hear it again. The like this cracking, this splitting. You look up. You see the Dram Ward. This beautiful blue, like, membrane shell. You see this, like crack starting to make its way through it in this odd way. And then two more, like three, and continuously more and more. It seems like the Dram Ward is, like, faltering and shaking at this time. And you see, like, people, like, everyone is just fucking silent. Like, quiet. Like, it is deafeningly quiet. The sounds of the bell continue, being drowned out by the horrific silence. You see little pieces of the Dram Ward begin to like fall in on itself and collapse. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker maintains his speed, kicking it up a notch, as you know perhaps something's about to go horribly awry. You see the Dram Ward continue to wilt, and you see the Sergeant at Arms, like, just looking up at the stage, just, you know, just looking up at awe as the Dram Ward falls in on itself, eventually turning into, like, this glitter consistency that eventually dissipates.
No.
The blue sheen that covered the sky within the walls of Garza, gone. The Dram Ward dissipated, destroyed. The Sergeant at Arms stands as a shadowy figure grows behind him. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you can't help but see it. Like a shadow, the man stands as the Sergeant at Arms. A look of horror comes upon his face, and he falls to the ground. A figure stands in his place, a dagger in their hands. Clad in blue, they look up and make eye contact with you, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Half of his face horrifically disfigured. It is none other than Eiron Burnbath.
Oh God!
Who stands upon the stage, his wilted, burned flesh clear for all to see. The people cry out. And here is where we will leave our session for the night.
That freak!
No!
Gnarly.
I can't believe.
It's Eiron Burnbath, boys. He's back, and he's here to party and play.
I can believe it.
Haven't seen him since the Mountain of Gilgamesh. It's high time he made his appearance.